Hey guys, welcome back. It's Paula with Paula's Imperfect Plans, and today I am here for Transfer Tuesday, where we take a look and review all of the progress that we have been able to make towards our financial goals in the last week. Welcome. I apologize in advance. My anxiety is through the roof because I have no idea why this screen looks like this. I just turned my computer back on after it had been sleeping and everything is dark. And no matter what I do, I cannot get it to go back to what I would consider typical. So it probably is going to be a little bit more difficult to hear or to hear, for crying out loud, to see what's going on. But here we are anyway. So our sources of money for our transfers today, I was able to bring in $110 in plasma donations in the last week. We got paid last Friday, and from our paychecks, the amount that is able to go towards financial goals is $412.32. We had some digital rollover from our previous paycheck. And I should have worded it differently because we also have a side hustle category here, but some of this is side hustle money, somewhat. My husband replaced a part on my mom's truck, and when she paid him back for the part, there was over the amount of the part. So I just put it into our budget, and it's basically the rollover, along with, I don't know, it would have been like $44 extra for that, plus the $3 or whatever that ended up being from our roundup. So our digital rollover is $47.52. We did have cash rollover from our cash envelopes, and that was $100. And that was after I put $30 towards next week Monday minis. So we actually were able to have a pretty low spend situation. So $100 in cash rollover going towards financial goals. And then we had another side hustle. My husband installed a set of tires for a friend. And the way that he worded it to me is that's the portion he gave to me. I don't actually know how much of it he kept out for himself, but he did give me $80 to put towards financial goals. Typically with stuff like that, unless we have something that we need, he just keeps it and then he does, whatever he does with it. But he has been giving me, I think he said he kept $20, to be honest with you. But anyway, so I got the majority of that. And so our total going towards for our transfers today is $749.84. So we'll jump over to the goal spreadsheet. So we are actually on week 10 of this 12-week year. This goals tracking spreadsheet is from Debt Free Jessie. Big fan of her spreadsheets. And so the first thing, we're back into funding our emergency fund. We are trying to fund 3 months at this point in time at $3,000 per month. We started the Save 2025 and 2025 challenge with our paycheck last Friday. And so we put $75 towards that in week for this week. And so we started with $21.62. We had $75. That brings us to $22.37, leaves us with $763 remaining to fund month one, and puts that month at 75% funded. For our checking buffer, so clearly I had $55 budgeted for this, just out of our paycheck, which would have left us with $147 left. Because we had this additional side hustle money and plasma money, I decided to go ahead and put the last $147 in there on top of the $55 I budgeted. So we put $202 toward that total today, which gives us $500 in the checking buffer, zero remaining, 100% funded. So our savings goals total were 29% funded. So as we come down then to our debt, I'm sorry if this is still hard to see. So our debt, actually, let's go next down to our travel. So the final line item that we have here is just to be determined. I just want $2,500 in our travel fund. I don't have specific plans, but I am planning to make plans for this summer, and I want the cash to be there when I have the opportunity to do that. So just starting to save up really generally. I budgeted $75 to go towards that. We're doing the Save 3K savings binder for travel. So that was $75. And typically we also put plasma money toward travel, but I only put 100 of the plasma money towards travel, not the entire 110. So that's $175 going toward our travel goal. 232 is what we have total, 2268 remaining, and 9% funded is what that leaves us. So now let's jump right into our debt here. So on our balance transfer card, we do the minimum of what needs to be paid every month to pay that off without interest. So that for this pay period was $155 is how I have that figured. We don't put extra on that. Any extra is going on the actual HELOC loan because that is still accruing interest. So coming into today, we had $25,541.16 in principal. And I had budgeted a little bit less, but as expenses as I was actually going through on payday and putting some actual counts in, we were able to put extra towards it. So 5232 was the budgeted amount that we put toward this. And then after we funded the checking buffer, the rest of the plasma money and the rest of the side hustle money and all of the rest of the rollover then goes towards debt. So we were able to put another $87.52 on our debt, which means in total, in the past week, we have put $139.84 toward our debt, which means that takes our principal balance down to $25,401.32, which means total paid. I don't like this thing entirely because that says that we paid $8,311 and we didn't. I mean, $72.99 of that went from the HELOC to the balance transfer. So this to me is a little bit deceptive, but alas, here we are. So yeah, that is where we stand for our goals for this pay period. We're able to put some money everywhere. We're able to cross off another goal here, which I think is exciting. Which just means that makes me feel a little bit better to have that buffer there. And then we can start really focusing on putting that additional money toward our debt. So thank you guys for being here and for watching. Until next time. Bye.